Enoch represents the awakened one, or the one that sees past the illusions. And Enoch in Hebrew comes from the word HNK, which means to initiate or dedicate. And all this is talking about the entire book of Enoch is teaching you how to ascend from the first stage of consciousness to the fifth stage of consciousness, Christ consciousness. Same thing as the Bible. In chapter 1, the words of the blessings of Enoch, in verse 2, it says, "And Enoch, a righteous man whose eyes were opened by God, took up his parable and said, I saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens. What the angels showed me, and from them I heard everything. And from them I understood as I saw, but not for this generation, but for a remote one which is for more to come." This is talking about the age of Aquarius, right? The Bible also talks about the ages. We go from Pisces to the age of Aquarius, and they use numerology. This is all just, and then it repeats a parable, right? And a parable is a story thrown alongside. It's not meant to be read literal, but it has a deeper meaning. The Holy One symbolizes divine unity, that we are all one with the source. This chapter prophesies a spiritual awakening corresponding to the age of Aquarius, the age of enlightenment and divine consciousness. Verse 6, imagery of mountains melting like wax before the flame. This is representative of the fourth stage of consciousness, right? Fire. And when we move into chapter 2, it's talking about the creation. It says, "Observe ye everything that takes place in the heaven. How do they not change their orbits, and the luminaries which are in heaven? How they all rise and set in order, each in its seasons, and transgress not against their appointed order." All this is telling you is the macrocosm of the microcosm, right? Same thing as the Bible, no different. It's teaching you the orbits of the luminaries correspond to astrology and the zodiac, each maintaining its course in perfect rhythm, a symbol of divine order and harmony. Verse 6 emphasizes that everything in creation moves according to divine law. As God had ordained, so it is done. That's what the entire chapter 2 is talking about, the creation, telling you the microcosm of the macrocosm. You are the microcosm, and the above is the macrocosm. How to pay attention to that, how to be just like the luminaries and what we see. They are also going through a spiritual awakening, if you will. In chapter 3, it's talking about the fallen angels. This chapter mirrors the biblical story of the Watchers and the Giants, angels who descend to earth and become corrupted through material desires. The fallen angels symbolizing the merging of the left and right hemispheres, spirit and matter, right? Same thing that happens after Cain and Abel, right? Cain, Abel being the left and right hemisphere. What happens when you try to take your left thoughts, which is your thoughts, versus the right thoughts, which is divine thoughts, and merge the two? Chaos starts to happen. Giants start to form. It's all symbolic of that. Their union through divine and origin creates chaos when spiritual knowledge is missing.